All right, so welcome everyone. Let's start our session. I'm gonna share the screen right now. It's this one. Yep. Okay. So let's sum up what we did yesterday. You were doing at the end some activities in the live worksheet platform. And thank you for the ones that already have written your names. For example, this one, I don't know who is Captura de Inglés, Sebar 17. I don't know. So please change this, put your name first. And actually, I would prefer to have first the last name. So it's easier when I check, right? So that you put in this case, Castro Fabricio, Smith Juan Marco, Moncayo Maylin, right? This one, I assume it's Paola because of the last name I can see here. But again, please help me put in your last name first and then your name, all right? And then the other activities.
Miss,
Juan Marco, tell me, sure.
es que recién me conectó que había dicho que hay que cambiar algo.
Please change first your last name. So in order to check, it's easier. Yes, please. Only change that. That's it. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna confirm. Okay, 3W. Yeah. All right. So apart from that, we were already working on 1C workbook and actually with activities you did, which were 1B, 3A and 4B. And I don't know if you noticed, but in the case of 4B, this is the one that you asked me to check, right? It was, I don't have WhatsApp open here. Let me see. Mel, you asked me to open this. The way I can, yes, right? It was this one.
Yes.
4B. Okay, Juan Marco, you have nothing here. Okay, I'm gonna leave it open. So in case I need to reopen, I will do it, but I can check it, okay? All right, so with the activities you did yesterday, we finished with 1C word, okay? The only thing I want to mention, it's, I am 1C word with this one. Yeah. I want you to observe. It says useful words and phrases. It says learn these words and phrases, and you have the pronunciation of them. I want to give you 30 seconds just to try to look at the pronunciation, and then I ask you to read one by one, okay? Please try to read the pronunciation letter. Okay, so I'm gonna mention the names of the people I want to read these words, okay? So, wait a minute. So, Cristina, the first one. Can you read it? Oops. Just next minutes. Okay. No, you cannot use your microphone either. I think you can. Okay, I'm gonna wait for Cristina for the first one.
Good morning, Miss.
Hello. Yes, read it, please. Number one.
Feed.
Okay, feed. Excellent. So it's not fed, it's not feed, it's just feed. When you see the double, thank you. When you see the two dots here, it's like it is a long sound. So it's not feet, but feed. Okay? So when you see this two, then you can know how the sound is about. Okay? Let's see. The next one, please, Rodrigo.
Ni.
Excellent. So it's not ni, but ni. It's a long sound. Okay, thank you. Fabricio.
Portrait.
Portrait, yes. So it's not portrait. So when you see this like column that you have this emphasis at the beginning, it means that the strongest sound is at the beginning. So it's not portrait, it's portrait, right? So remember, these two dots, long sound, and when you have this emphasis, it's like it is marked in that part. So the next one, Juan Marco.
Posture. Poster.
Poster. So it's not poster. And the next one, Jessica.
Yep, no.
After poster, what do we have?
Ra-
I cannot hear you very well, but I don't know if, yes, you read this one, right? Yes. Just in case to confirm, it's pregnant. It's not pregnant, right? You can see the emphasis. Excellent. Thank you so much, Jessica. The next one, please, Alejandro.
Relationship.
Yes, very good. So, relationship. So, it's not relationship, ni relationship, right? So, you can see relationship. Where is the emphasis? Excellent. Thank you. Mel, the next one.
Unusual.
Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna open the dictionary just to observe something about the first sound, okay? Okay, I mentioned that I'm gonna open the dictionary. Let me share the screen sound. And I'm gonna put them in. I just want you to observe something.
Unusual.
Unusual.
So this sound that we have at the beginning, that it is the one that I want you to, observe a little bit more, is the same sound that we have in this letter U in Pizza Hut, for example, right? It's the same sound, right? Of course, you don't say Pizza Hut, right? But that like that we have, that's why it's like this, but it's not completely it's not unusual. but unusual.
Unusual.
You see? So it is an A without being an A, more or less. So unusual. All right, thank you. Mylene,
Close together.
yes, close together. You see, in the first word, you don't have an emphasis because it's a very short word. And then it doesn't say together, ni together, together, right? So always when you have this type of emphasis, you know, because of the IPA, right? Where is the emphasis of the words or not? Okay, so as I mentioned, with that, we already finished the unit 1C workbook. So I'm gonna unhide the 2A, but please be careful with the activities we're going to be opening. Okay? Let me see. Yeah, I think you can see the activities now. All right, if not, please refresh. Okay, so here says, in 1 minute, write down, and you're going to use the Zoom chat. It says, write down 5 things, pay attention, 5 things you like doing when you are on holiday. We just had some holiday vacations, right, of 3 days, very close. So you may have an idea. It says, for example, relaxing, going to museums, right? And then we're going to compare among each other, okay? So write down 5 things. So in the Zoom chat right now, put 1, I don't know, reading books, 2, going to the cinema, 3, right? 5 things. You have 1 minute, please, in the chat, Zoom chat. Go and do it. Remember, you only have 1 minute, so write as soon as you can. Okay. Start sending the rest of the answers. Okay, what about the rest? I need to have 10 participants' answers. Okay, I mentioned 5 things. There are students that only have written 1. So I hope you are writing, right? Yes. Mhm. I'll give you 1 more minute, okay? Okay, the few ones that are missing. Okay. So one observation, because I'm not going to read all the answers because I have already been reading, is that, for example, when you mention things you do when you are on holiday, right now you are not, right? So a holiday, actually, it's something or a day that you are describing that already passed, right? So you can say, if it is a habit for you in holiday, you can say, I visit my father, right? Or when you are describing specifically last holiday, I visited my father, for example, right? But then it's okay, you are describing the actions. Then, but you might get confused because it says relaxing or going to museums. Sometimes you use the ing not only for present continuous, but as gerunds. I don't know if you remember in Spanish, the gerunds, how they are or the functions they have, but it's ando, right? That you have at the end of the words, right? But in this case, you use it only to say that you relax or that you go to museums, right? So let's see. Now it says that, wait a second. Yes, I think it's easier said. The holiday questionnaire, right? So this activity that says letter C, you are going to do in your group work, like half an hour. So this is something I'm gonna stop here because you actually going to work in pairs today, right? No, not in group as almost every day, but in pairs. So you're actually going to ask, for example, Alejandro, which do you prefer, going abroad or going on holiday in your country? And Alejandro has to answer in English, and then I write his answers, right? But that is something you're going to do later on. So we're going to pause this activity. You're going to do it later, okay? So I'm not going to forget this. You'll do it later on. All right. So right now, here says, read about Joe's holiday. Here says A, and then people B, read about Laura's holiday. What we're going to do as we are in a whole group, a big whole group, is that we're going to divide boys or men, Juan Marco, Alejandro, Fabricio, Rodrigo. You're going to read about Joe's holiday, okay? Color red. And then B, girls, we're going to read about Laura's holiday, all right? As it is not so clear, I'm gonna send this image to our WhatsApp group, but you can also find it in your Moodle, okay? So any way that you have the access, you can read. So remember, boys are going to read about Joe and girls about Laura, okay? As soon as you read, write in a piece of paper or somewhere else, because I'm gonna ask orally, the answer of this question says, where did he or she go on holiday? Who did he or she go with? Where did he or she stay? And what was the weather like? Why didn't he or she enjoy the holiday? Okay, so understood. Boys are going to read about Joe and girls about Laura. Okay, as soon as you finish, write the answer. So you will have like 3 minutes to do so.
Miss, esto es individual.
Yes, right now, right now. If you're a boy, then you read Joe. Write your answers in a piece of paper.
Y las respuestas las ponemos en el chat.
No, right now, keep it for yourself. I'm gonna ask orally. Keep it for yourself in a piece of paper. Okay, at 9:45, I start asking the answers, okay? So far, keep it the answers for yourself in a paper. Okay, 1 more minute and I will start asking the questions. Okay, so you already had 5 minutes. We're going to do the following, right? I'm going to choose 2 people first, right? 1 boy and 1 girl. And as the instruction says, that you are going to work in pairs, but right now we're going to do it here. You will try to find out the answers from each other's people. So let me choose. I stop here. So from the girls, help me Lilibet, and from the boys, help me Fabricio, okay? So Lilibet, ask the question number 1 to Fabricio, right? And Fabricio has to answer with Joe's answers. Okay, so please ask him. Where? Mhm.
Where did he go on holiday?
Thank you, Fabricio.
I went on holiday to Thailand.
Okay, so he went on holiday, great. All right, boys, is that correct, what Fabricio said? Yes or no? Put the reaction, yes or no? Yes, no, boys? You have to put like this.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, Thailand.
Rodrigo, Juan Marco, okay. Thank you. Now, Fabricio, ask the question, the same question, number 1 to Lilibet.
She go on holiday.
He go to holiday in Venice.
Okay, don't forget Laura is a girl, so she went on holiday, right? Don't forget
Went.
she. Very good. Is that okay, what Lilibet says to Venice? Yes, no? Girls? You have to say yes or no.
Yes.
For some, yes? Okay, very good. All right, so let's continue with the next one. Thank you, Lilibet and Fabricio. Let's continue with Mylene and Rodrigo. Please, Mylene, start asking the question. Who?
Did he go with?
Rodrigo?
Who did he go with?
But you have to give the answer of Joe.
He with his girlfriend.
Okay, is that okay? Yes, no? Boys?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. Rodrigo, ask the same question to Mylene. She has to answer Laura's information.
Who did she go with?
He went with her best friend, Isabel.
Is that okay? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Very good. Thank you. Let's go to question 3. Let's see. I have Alejandro. Please work with Paola.
Where did she stay?
Okay, Paola.
She stay rented a small apartment.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Now Paula ask.
Where did he?
In Bangkok and Ko Chang.
Is that okay? Yes, no? Boys? Is it?
Can you repeat, please?
Can you repeat the answer, please?
In Bangkok and Ko Chang.
Yes.
So then yes. All right. Is that okay? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Very good. So now we have to go to question 4, right? Yes. Then I have Juan Marco. Let's continue with Jessica. Juan Marco, ask the question.
What was the weather like?
Jessica. What was the weather of Lawrence? What about the weather? Was it sunny or not? Rainy all the time? Was terrible? Was very good weather? Mel, you raise your hand.
Sí, she was the word like is perfect.
So Mel was helping Jessica right now, saying that it was perfect. Yes, that is I think what she said, right? We don't know what perfect means, but she said perfect, right? So maybe for her was really sunny, or maybe for her was rainy and that was perfect. We don't know, right? But it was perfect. Okay, so Jessica, read the question number 4, please.
What was the weather like?
Okay, so thank you. Please answer Juan Marco, right?
For you, the weather was lovely.
Okay, is that okay? Boys? Yes, no? Yeah. All right. So in the last one, as we don't have more boys, I'm gonna read what the question, right? But then you help me answering when it's my turn. And let me see. I already asked Mylene, right? Lilibet, Jessica, Paola. Okay. Now, even though you help us, please give us the answer of number 5. Why did she enjoy the holiday? You're mute, just in case. So, number 5, Mel, why didn't she enjoy?
Es que no sé de qué era para mí.
Ah,
Okay. She say, but the holiday was a disaster.
okay. So maybe that's why she didn't enjoy it, because it was
She had problems with her boyfriends.
okay. All right, so maybe that's the reason. Okay, thank you. Is that okay, girls? what she said? Yes? Does she have
Yes.
problems? Uh-huh. Okay, so now Mel, ask the question, please.
Why didn't he enjoy the holiday?
So who can help me with that answer? Doesn't matter boys or girls. Well, I think boys definitely have this answer, so who can help me, please? Rodrigo, Fabrizio, Juan Marco. Why didn't he enjoy the holiday?
Mm,
Ujú.
Explícitamente, no sé si lo dice, but I think because he broke with your girlfriend.
Okay, so you infer then, it's not so, it's a literal answer. You infer that it was because, you mentioned flirting or you mentioned the breakup?
Breakup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we infer that is not good news, right? He's not happy because he broke with a girlfriend. So yes, maybe it's a good inference. What do you think, Fabrizio and Rodrigo? Do you agree with his answer?
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Yes, okay, great. So remember, the idea of your, of the module of practicing English is that actually you write by yourself, right? Not only Googling the answers or copying the answers, but yet you produce the language. So when you are answering orally one sentence, when you are writing a sentence, that is a production, okay? So very good, guys. Let's continue. I'm gonna skip that because we already listened to our classmates, but let's go directly to letter C. It says, guess the meaning, right? We're going to do this together. Guess the meaning of the highlighted words and phrases. Whose holiday do you think was worse and why? Okay, so first go to the highlighted words. How many do we have? We have 4 for Joe and 3 for Laura. So all together, hostels. Do you know the meaning of hostels? Who can give me an example of a hostel?
Hostel is that no hostal.
Okay, so it's similar to a hostel. Yeah. So maybe it's not as expensive as a hotel 5 stars, but then not so cheap as, I don't know. Well, I actually don't know the
Mm,
definition, but I know.
really, yes, yes.
But this is in between, I think, right? The hostels. All right. What about, here says atmosphere, but the context says to experience the local atmosphere, right? So maybe which is the atmosphere of Guayaquil in Puerto Santa Ana during the weekends? That is the local atmosphere of, I don't know, people hanging out, right? That is more or less what they are referring, right? It's not only the atmosphere of the planet or something like that. No, in this context, they're talking about that atmosphere. Right. What is the meaning of flirting? Do you know? It says that Mia started flirting with one of the boys. What is to flirt? Do you guys know? Not really. No idea.
What is the question? Fleeting. I don't know.
The meaning of flirting. Look, it says to behave as if sexually attracted to someone, although not seriously. Right? Sometimes when you flirt, it's when you are, I don't know, like you start coqueteando, and then, you know, it says not seriously, but it calls your attention, right? So even though Mia was the girlfriend of this guy, Joe, she started flirting with one of the boys. So maybe that's what, that one was one of the reasons why they broke up, right? So it's not okay if you have boyfriend that you start, you know, flirting with someone else that is not your boyfriend, right? So then to break up, what's the meaning?
Break the relationship.
To finish the relationship, great,
Finish.
very good. So what about to view of the canals? This Laura's highlighted word. Remember, we're talking about Venice. It says that they rented a small apartment for a week with a fantastic view of the canals. So, which is the view of the canals? No? Do you have any idea how Venice look like? No? Or nothing at all? These are the canals of Venice that you can even, you know, ask for a romantic, I don't know, how is the name of these type of boats, that these are the canals, right? That you have in Venice. Yeah, got it? All right, so they had an apartment with a view of these canals. Imagine, very nice view. Then, what is the meaning of felt sorry for her? What's that? To felt sorry. It says because she had problems with her boyfriend, so we say yes. So I feel sorry for Laura. She just finished she broke up, she finished the relationship with her boyfriend. So we're really sorry for her. So what's the meaning of that? To be really sorry for her.
Como sentirse mal por la otra persona, sí.
Ajá. It's not that you are pidiéndole perdón, no. But yes, what Lilibet said, that you are like, it's a pity, right? So, oh yes, let's travel with Laura. She needs she needs a girls' night out to feel better. I don't know, right? So, thank you. What about the last word? It says disaster. What's that? What's a disaster?
Desastre.
Desastre.
Actually, it's the translation as in Spanish. Very good. Okay, so at the end, boys and girls, whose holiday do you think was the worst and why? What do you think? Joe, the 28th flight attendant, or Laura, the nurse? Who had the worst? What do you think? So, Joe or Laura? Who won the competition? Anyone? A volunteer? For yourself, maybe Laura, because of what happened in in the trip, or maybe Joe because of the girls' problem? What do you think? Joe or Laura? Nothing? No idea? Which is the worst? Joe or Laura? Write just the name, Joe or Laura, in the chat.
The worst.
Hmm?
The worst.
Mm-hmm.
Joe. For me, Joe.
For you, Joe. Maybe that is not how you want to finish your holiday, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And he broke with his girlfriend.
Imagine it's a Christmas holiday. Imagine that. Or a New Year's holiday. And they do a trip with friends. And at the end of that holiday, he break up with a girlfriend. Very bad, right? So we can agree on that. I think so. Thank you so much. Great. So one more question. It says, have you ever, any of you, had a holiday that you didn't enjoy very much? Not that you break up. I really don't want you to face the same as Joe, but if it happened or maybe something else happened, maybe you had a problem, an accident, something that you didn't enjoy, a holiday. Can you please tell us, one boy and one girl, about a holiday that you didn't enjoy? So, from the boys, I only have 3 options. Fabricio, Rodrigo, Juan. Share with us one holiday that you didn't enjoy very much. If you don't have a dramatic story, it's okay. But then maybe that you didn't enjoy, at least. Think about your holidays, your free days, your feriados, your, I don't know, that you didn't like it.
I don't understand. O sea, es como que, ¿qué pasaría si es que paso mal un holiday?
No, here says, have you ever, alguna vez, have you ever had a holiday that
Yes.
So then yes, okay, share with
Yes.
us what happened.
I broke my leg in Christmas. So I pasé with yeso in English in letters.
Okay, so,
Christmas and New Year.
oh my God, but was it this year? No,
No, 2 years ago.
3 years ago,
Mhm.
all right. It says gypsum, plaster, I don't know how to say gypsum. We can say gypsum, I think so, or plaster maybe. Yeso. I think plaster. Okay, so definitely that is not a holiday that you maybe want to repeat, right? Yeah, so you won of the boys stories. Thank you. Now, girls, Lilibet, Mylene, Mel, Jessica, Paola, who have ever had a holiday that didn't enjoy?
Que no sé cómo decirlo en inglés.
Tell me, then we discover how to say it.
El año pasado
Okay.
me sacaron las 4 muelas del juicio antes de Navidad, 2 días antes de Navidad. Entonces pasé fatal todo hasta fin de año, horrible.
Oh my God. So, how do we say muelas del juicio? Let's find it out. Well, uh-oh. It says from Spanish to English this way. Well, actually it says true, but then you had to have a surgery because actually I know that when you have these interventions that you have not only 1, but then 4, it's a mini surgery or a ambulatory surgery, right? So imagine to have that. You say Christmas also, yes, right? So again, not enjoying relleno and all the stuff, or wow. Well, you had good stories, guys. I think if all of you give us the stories, you all had at least one that you didn't enjoy. Thank you, Lilibet. All right. So, very nice. So, as you can notice, as we were talking about holidays, we were talking about situations or days or activities that already are in the past. So, why we are doing so? Because we are going to be focusing on the past tense now, okay? That's why we have been doing this. Let's finish with, let me share the sound, yep. With the listening, which is part of the introduction, and then we go to the grammar, which is about past tense, okay? So it says, you are going to listen to Mia and Linda talking about the holidays. First, we're going to listen to Mia, and we have to answer this question personally. Does she agree with Joe about the holiday or not? Okay? First, listen and answer this question, okay? In a piece of paper or somewhere else.
1.34. Mia.
It was a really terrible holiday. It was my fault. I mean, I wanted to go to Thailand, but I knew before I went that I didn't really want to have a serious relationship with Joe. And the holiday just showed how different we are. He irritated me all the time. He wanted to stay in some really cheap hostels because he thought the hotels were too expensive. I didn't want 5-star luxury, but when I go on holiday, I want to be comfortable. The places where Joe wanted to stay were very basic and had very small rooms. There's nothing worse than being in a very small room with someone when you're not getting on very well. Another thing I didn't like was that Joe got very jealous. When you're travelling, part of the fun is talking to other travellers, but he hated it if I talked to other people, especially other men. And then he kept taking photos, hundreds of them. Every time we saw a monument, he said, "Go and stand over there so I can take a photo." I hate being in photos. I just wanted to enjoy the sights. The holiday was all a big mistake. Never go on holiday with a boyfriend if you're not sure about the relationship. It's sure to be a disaster.
So, quick answer. Does she agree with Joe about the holiday? All the time. What do you think? Yes or no? About what she just said? Yes or no? Does she agree? Was a very Pacific trip or not really from the very beginning? What about the hotels and the hostels? Did they agree? Yes or no? Remember, if I ask in general, you can even use your thumbs up, or you can say not really. I don't know, use the opposite, but show me what is your, they agree or no? What do you think? In the click of more, you have reactions, and then you can put those emojis. So, do they agree? Libet, Maylin, Alejandro, Fabricio, Juan, Paola, Rodrigo, Jessica, Mel. Yes or no? Okay, Juan Marco says no. Fabricio, no. The rest, what do you think? Well, I think from the beginning, they didn't. Thank you, Rodrigo. They didn't agree, right? So maybe we have to follow the recommendation that she says about not sharing, you know, a holiday with someone you're not sure about, right? Then we're going to listen again the same audio, but now please pay attention on this answer. What does Mia say about her relationship with Joe before they went? 2, the places where they stayed. 3, talking to other travelers. 4, photos. 5, going on holiday with a boyfriend. So take notes. I'm gonna ask orally to any of you, okay? Let's listen again.
1.34. Mia.
It was a really terrible holiday. It was my fault. I mean, I wanted to go to Thailand, but I knew before I went that I didn't really want to have a serious relationship with Joe. And the holiday just showed how different we are. He irritated me all the time. He wanted to stay in some really cheap hostels because he thought the hotels were too expensive. I didn't want 5-star luxury, but when I go on holiday, I want to be comfortable. The places where Joe wanted to stay were very basic and had very small rooms. There's nothing worse than being in a very small room with someone when you're not getting on very well. Another thing I didn't like was that Joe got very jealous. When you're travelling, part of the fun is talking to other travellers, but he hated it if I talked to other people, especially other men. And then he kept taking photos, hundreds of them. Every time we saw a monument, he said, "Go and stand over there so I can take a photo." I hate being in photos. I just wanted to enjoy the sights. The holiday was all a big mistake. Never go on holiday with a boyfriend if you're not sure about the relationship. It's sure to be a disaster.
So what can we say about the first one? Her relationship with Joe before they went. Mylene, what can you say about that? Before they went on holiday, how was their relationship? A very inconsistent and very strong holiday, or they were just flirting, they were not sure about the relationship? What can you say?
And she had a serious relationship with Joe.
Okay, so it seems to be serious, that's why they went on holiday, right? Thank you. What about number 2, the places where they stay? Alejandro, what can you say? What Mia said about that, the places where they stay? She agreed on the places, or she didn't like the places from the very beginning? What can you say about that? Alejandro.
Mm,
So remember, you got to answer something that she says, oh, that she loved the places that she visited, or that she hate something about the places, that she
she
enjoyed or
hate
not.
the places.
All right, so she wanted to go somewhere else maybe, right? Thank you so much. Number 3. Then it says, no, Rodrigo, talking to other travelers. What does Mia say about that?
Coqueteando. No.
Flirting. Remember, flirt was the word. So she was flirting with other people. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm not sure about that, but I think that she mentioned that she was not, according to her version, She was not flirting with other people, but she was only like trying to be friend of everyone, like talking to other boys especially, and then Joe was really jealous, right? He was like, why are you talking to another boy? He's not your friend, right? He was in that position. So, thank you so much. What about number 4, Jessica? What does Mia say about the photos? She loved the photos. She doesn't like the photos. What can you say? Jessica.
Doesn't like the photo.
She doesn't like them. Yes, that's true. Thank you. She said that even, I think she mentioned the expression, she hate to be in the photos, something like that she said, right? That she only wanted to enjoy and that's it. Okay, so let's see, Paola. What about number 5? Going on holiday with a boyfriend. What does Mia say about that? Last recommendation she said.
I don't remember.
Sorry?
I don't remember.
I mute. Yeah. Who remembers the final recommendation? She was like, if you don't have a strong relationship, what does she say? She recommends to go on holiday or not at the end?
No.
No. So if you don't have a serious or strong relationship, it's better not to do it because it's going to be a disaster. Yeah, thank you so much. All right, let's finish with this 2 parts. It says, now listen to Linda. It says, what's her opinion of the holiday? Remember, we were talking about me and Joe. Now we are listening to Linda. And remember that we say that this is a very bad holiday, but maybe she doesn't think that way, or we don't know, okay? It says, then we listen again and we answer these 4 things, okay? So pay attention.
1.35. Linda.
Oh, it was a wonderful holiday. I loved every moment. Venice is just a paradise. We did everything. We went on a gondola, we saw all the museums, and we had some fantastic meals. And you know, everyone says that Venice is expensive, but I didn't think it was. It wasn't an expensive holiday at all. I thought it was quite reasonable. We all got on very well. I think I'm going to suggest to Isabel and Laura that we go on holiday together again next year.
Okay, so you're going to listen again and now give the answers for what does she say about Venice, what they did there, the cost of her holiday, and her next holiday. Please take notes.
1.35. Linda.
Oh, it was a wonderful holiday. I loved every moment. Venice is just a paradise. We did everything. We went on a gondola, we saw all the museums, and we had some fantastic meals. And you know, everyone says that Venice is expensive, but I didn't think it was. It wasn't an expensive holiday at all. I thought it was quite reasonable. We all got on very well. I think I'm going to suggest to Isabel and Laura that we go on holiday together again next year.
Okay, got it. Please, let's write down. What does she say about Venice?
Venice is a paradise.
Okay, so she like it. Great, thank you.
Yes.
And number two, what did they did there in Venice?
Expensive.
You went to a gondola and saw a museum.
Okay, what about number three, the cost of her holiday?
Expensive.
It was expensive, okay. The last one, her next holiday, she wants to come back. Or not really? What do you think? Yes, no? She said, oh, I would like to come to Venice again next holiday. That's what she said. Or not? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So here says that you may answer, you may answer, who do you sympathize with most, Joe or Mia, Laura or Linda? Only write the name in the chat with the ones that you say, oh, I'm sorry for her, oh, for he. Write the name with the one that you sympathize the most. Only write the name in the chat. Okay, all of you, please. Okay, all of you. All of you with Joe. Oh my God. So we're sorry for he. Right? Sorry for him. Okay. All right. So as I mentioned, this introduction, this practice of listening, of reading, the purpose of that was to introduce past simple, right? As I told you, right? As in the other topics that I show you the video and we start doing examples, that is what we're going to do right now, right? And also, I'm going to show you some verbs in order to confirm that you know the past tense of these verbs, okay? So give me a second so I can show you both things. Wait a second.
Simple past. What are verb tenses? Verb tenses show the time that an action takes place. The simple past is a verb tense. We use the simple past tense for finished past actions. For example, I watched a movie yesterday. I ate dinner 2 hours ago.
So pay attention on the verbs, which means the words in bold. Bold is negrita, right? So pay attention on that.
I was busy last week. With regular verbs, we use the verb plus ed to form the simple past. The verb form is the same for all subjects. For example, the simple past of the verb watch is watched. I walked my dog yesterday. She played the guitar at my party last month. The students studied last night. With irregular verbs, the verb changes into a different form. We do not use ed. Here are some examples of irregular verbs. Listen and repeat. Do, did. Drink, drank. Eat, ate. Go, went. Have, had. Run, ran. Say, said. Sing, sang. Sleep, slept. Write, wrote. The verb form is the same for all subjects. For example, the simple past form of the verb eat is ate. You went to Paris 2 years ago. My dog slept on my bed last night. We drank coffee yesterday morning.
Okay, so far they have mentioned regular and irregular verbs. For the regular ones, we mentioned that they finish with ed, right? But it doesn't mean that all of the verbs in past finish with ed, because the irregular ones, they are different, right? So that is in general terms. But now, we're going to listen about only the verb to be. Remember, the verb to be is the special one in English, right? It is the verb that if we're using it, we don't need auxiliary. If we have it in a sentence, it has its own conjugation, right? So pay attention on this.
Be is the only simple past verb that changes forms for different subjects. The two simple past forms of the verb be are was and were. I was cold yesterday afternoon. My dog was hungry. My new shoes were expensive. Look at the picture and say or write a simple past sentence. For example, they ate pizza last night. Now you try.
Remember, in these examples, I stop the video and you give me the answer. So let's see what you can do. What is the answer here?
I drank. Drunk.
Okay, let's see. I drank. Drank. What is the answer here? He.
Played.
Played.
All right, the next one.
Watch.
Okay. Okay, something important here about regular verbs that finish with ed is that they are called, they can be mentioned, they have to mention ed, but like this way, it's like watched, like, no, watch it. I'm using this verb because I have this verb here. Like, you don't say, watch it in this case. The previous one, I don't remember which was, I think it was played, right? It's not play it, right? But then what you are doing is like exaggerating the last sound, like watched, played, right? So let's see, other examples. We
Went.
We went.
It's irregular, right? When we change everything, it's irregular. It's not go, no. He went, excellent. The student
Was.
it's singular, so verb to be was. If it says the students, what would be the answer if it says the students?
Were.
Where?
Thanks for watching.
Okay, as always, I'll share with you the link just in case you want to review at home. Okay. All right. So I also mentioned that I want you to check something, and this is what I want you to see. Because in past simple or simple past, we have, remember, the regulars with ed or the irregulars one. I have some examples here that I want you to remember. Okay, so here says blow. For example, what is your birthday, right? You blow the candles. That's why the image, like, so this is the present, blow. What is the past? Do you know what is the past of blow? No, yes. In the school, sometimes we had the list of verbs. I don't know if you had in your class. At the end of the books, you also have the list of verbs. And this is the verbs that you sometimes have to memorize. So the past tense of blow, it's blew. Blow, blew. Then for perfect tenses is that we use the past participle. But right now we're going to focus on the past simple, okay? Break, that is the present or the base form. What is the past of break? We saw that word in the reading, I think, right?
Broke.
Okay, let's see. Yes, very good. Now, we have catch as the present, and in the past we have caught. So irregular, remember that we don't have catch it or like that, or let me see, the other one was rake it, no. All of these are irregulars. Choose, present, past. What is the past of choose?
Chose.
Chose. Chose. Come.
Come,
Came.
Came. Come,
Came.
came. Excellent. So remember, when you have irregulars, you can have similar words, but they are not the same. Do. What is the past?
was. No.
Do.
Do.
This is an
Do.
action verb, but also an auxiliary.
Did.
Did.
Did is the past and done the participle. Did. So remember that in present simple, the first grammar topic that we saw in the module, we use do not only for action, but also as an auxiliary, right? That we had do or done. We have done, doesn't also. In this case, in past tense, we're going to use did in questions and didn't in negative. And then when done for present perfect or past perfect. Okay, draw. Draw.
True.
Okay, let's see. Drew. Drew. All right. So, next one. Drink.
Drunk.
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 Drive.
Drove.
Driving.
Drove. Driving is the participle. Yes, the past drove. Eat.
Ate.
Ate.
Eaten.
Eaten.
Ate, eaten. Very good. Remember, past, and the other one is the participle. Fall.
Holy
Fell.
fallen.
Fell.
Fallen.
Be careful, because if you say F-E-E-L, it's feel, so it's another word, but fell, only changing A to E, it's the past. Forgive. Forgive.
Forgiven. Forgive.
Forgave.
Gave y
Forgiven.
forgiven.
The past is forgave. If you cover for, you have give, and the past simple is gave also. Get.
Got it. Got it.
Got it. Go.
Go. Went. Y gone.
Gone. Grow.
Grew, creo que growing, algo así.
Grew, and the participle grown. No.
New.
New.
New. Lay.
I don't know.
Late. Ride, like ride a horse or ride a bike.
Road.
Rode y riding.
Reading, yes.
Reading.
Run.
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 Run again,
Run.
participle. See.
Saw.
Oh, seen.
So, and the participle seen. Sing. Look at this. Almost the same word, but you only change the vowels. Sing, sun, sun. Okay. Sit.
Sat.
Sat. Sat. Speak.
Spoke.
Speak, spoke, spoken.
Speak, spoke, spoke. Swim.
Swim.
Swam.
Swam.
Swam, swim. Swim, swam, swim.
Similar to the other one, only change the vowel. Take.
Took
Took.
y no me acuerdo, take it.
Taken. Took is the past and taken the participle, yes. Throw. Like throw the ball.
Threw.
Okay. And the participle from. All right. Right.
Wrote.
And the participle written. Okay. So just in case these slides, these are the verbs that I have. I put the PowerPoint presentation in the class activities folder. Okay. So if you want to practice at home, in order to memorize, you have the slides already. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Yeah. So right now, we can do the grammar activity in the Moodle. Okay, so we have 1 hour to do some Moodle activities. Let me close this. It says, what is the past simple of these verbs? 10 minutes, yes. Okay, so we have, oh my God. Yeah. There we are. What is the past simple of go?
Went.
Okay. So tell me, okay? So when, the next one, begin. Begin.
Began.
Began.
Yes, began. Spend.
Oh,
Spent, pero con tilde.
Ajá, spent. Leave.
Left.
Left. Oops, let me type correctly. Left. Want.
Want.
Wanted.
Remember, wanted. Like you mark it. Be. What are the options?
Was and were.
We have two options, was and were. First and third person, and then second person. Stay.
Stayed.
Think.
Oh.
Thought. Thought. It starts with T and finish with T. So thought. Then know.
Knew.
New.
Knew. Argue. Argue. Argued. It's regular. Sunbathe. I think it needs a spell. Sunbathe is like, doesn't finish with E, but then sunbathe. Take.
Took.
Let's see. Really nice. Okay. So we are in the grammar activity 4A of
in the student book, Miss.
in the student book, yes. So student book 2A for activity 4A. Just in case I already checked activity 4B. Okay. So let's do the next one. Remember, we're in Unit 2A. We have completed the first one of grammar. And now we have 4B. What are the infinitives? Infinitives is the same to say base form or not conjugated verbs, okay? Now we have the opposite. We have the past and we need we need to find out the base form, okay? I'm gonna give you a second so you can read the verbs and then I start asking the answers, okay? Look at them. Read them. All right, so from booked, what is the base form or the infinitive?
Booking.
From booked, we have
Book.
book, that's it.
Book.
From cost,
Cost.
the same cost. Irregular, remember that in irregular you can repeat, you can use the same word. From rented,
Rent.
from complained,
Complain.
asked,
Ask.
wanted,
Want.
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 could,
Cold.
can. Can, I can fly. I could fly when I was a baby. Okay, right? Bought.
Buy.
Felt,
Feel.
feel. I felt sorry for my friend, or I feel sorry. Ate,
Eat.
Eh.
eat. Heart,
Have.
invited,
Invite.
said,
Say.
chose,
Chose.
choose, you have to say choose. Chose is the past, choose is the present. Oops. Was.
Be.
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 Paid,
Pay.
went,
Go.
let's see. Very nice. Okay, so for B, what are the infinitives? Please answer. All right, let's check. How many of you have finished? I think most of you know. Easy peasy. Okay. Okay, we're gonna skip this because I want to go to the pronunciation activity. Okay, wait a minute. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so here says, listen and repeat the sentences. Of course, you're not going to turn on the microphones and repeat, but I need to see your cameras with yourself reading like this and repeating the sentences, okay? So let's see.
1.37.
Tie. T. We booked a holiday. We walked around the town.
Dog. D. We sunbathed on the beach. We argued about everything. Id. We rented a flat.
Sí. Yeah.
We decided to break up.
Okay, so now let's go to B. It says, say the past simple of this verse in which one is ed, pronounced actually like arrived or only arrived, something like that. Let's see.
1.38.
Arrived. Asked. Ended. Invited. Liked. Loved. Needed. Parked. Started. Stayed.
Okay, so as you notice, there are some words that, for example, that it is, as I mentioned with Kate before, but then there are others that you actually mention ed or not. It says, remember that we don't normally pronounce the E in ed. The ed ending is usually pronounced like T, or the difference between these endings is very small. We only pronounce the E in ed when there is a T or D before it, right? Like in this case, with T, wanted, ended. With this verse, ed is ed, right? Then it's like cut the sound. So as I mentioned, this is speaking with the other one, you're going to work in groups. So I'm not going to say anything about this, right? The only thing I will mention that pay attention on the useful language for showing. I can say it. It says, really, how fantastic, great. Oh no, how awful. Was it expensive? What happened? Why? So these are like keywords that you can use later on for your group activity, okay? So let me paste it here. And we are going to skip that. So if you checked, we have finished all the activities of 2C, a student book. I'm gonna open 2C workbook because I think we handled to do 2 or 3 activities, no more. Okay? So here says, let me see. 2 for 3. All right, then. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so we're in the workbook of 2C now, and we're going to do some activities, right? I will focus, wait a minute. I'm going to hide pronunciation. I don't want you to do pronunciation now. Or listening, because we have already practiced with listening today. Okay, I want to focus on grammar. Okay, there we are. It says, write a past simple of these verbs. Let's see. Yeah, this way is better. All right, so let's complete. Regular. The first word, I have arrived. Regular or irregular? For the option. Regular, here, arrived. Okay, the next one, ask.
Regular.
Regular.
Regular, pronounce it, asked. Then we have oh, okay. We have by.
Irregular. Both. Both.
I'm gonna put it here because of the alphabetical order. Then can.
Could.
Could.
Irregular.
Regular or irregular? Regular or irregular? What is it?
Irregular.
Irregular.
Okay. Then it says choose.
Irregular. Chose.
Chose irregular. Eat.
Irregular. Ate.
Irregular. 8.
Then we have feel.
Irregular.
Irregular.
Felt.
Felt.
Invite.
Regular. Bite.
Okay, invited, yes. Then we have rent.
Regular. Rent.
Rented, yeah. Remember that when you have a T or D, you pronounce it D. Then it says, say.
Irregular. Say.
Irregular.
Say.
Regular, because it finished with ED.
Means say. No
Ah,
space.
okay. That's why you say irregular. Yeah. And the last one, sunbathe.
Regular. Sunbathe.
So I don't know if you have noticed, but I have put the words in alphabetical order. You have to do the same, because if you put in another order, it's going to mark the answer as wrong. So now we're in the workbook of 2A, and we did activity 2A, okay?
Miss, pero eso está en el,
Workbook.
ya. Es que, a ver, déjenme ver.
You can refresh and it says Unit 2A workbook. The first one of grammar, write the past simple of the verbs.
Miss, regular is with ed and d. The,
Yes,
Uh-huh.
ED. Mhm.
Miss, me salió que tengo mal.
Let me see.
Ah, creo que había que hacerla por orden alfabético.
That's what I said.
Can please repeat?
Yeah, check your answer, Mohammed.
Sí, eso fue lo de menos. Eso fue lo de menos. La nota es que me levanté sin poder.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, let's move on with the next one. This is something that we haven't checked. Okay, let's see. Make the verbs negative. So we have checked the regulars, irregulars, the pronunciation of them, but then we haven't emphasized on negative. In this case, I think I already mentioned that we need an auxiliary, right? And instead of being don't or doesn't, we're going to use didn't. And if we use didn't, we don't need to change anything in the, in the parts of the verb, okay? Okay, give me a second. So here says, make the negative of these sentences. I'm gonna make it smaller. And, oh, it doesn't matter, the size is the same, I think. Well, it says, we stay at a campsite. If a state is the past simple verb, and now I need to change it into negative, and the teacher said that the auxiliary is didn't, and if I use the auxiliary, I don't need to conjugate the verb. The answer is we didn't stay in a hotel. Is it okay if I put a stay like this with ed? No, because if you put the past in the auxiliary, it's enough. If you put the past in the auxiliary and in the verb, it's wrong. Okay, so when you're using auxiliaries, you don't need to put them in the verb if you are using already in the negative form. So they bought postcards. The right answer is they. Who can tell me how you put a negative? They
didn't buy.
they didn't buy. Remember that you were changing from the past simple to the base form, right? Or the infinitive. Okay. So it says number 3. The people were unfriendly. The people in this case, in this case, listen, in this case, where is the past simple of verb to be, right? And the verb to be is a special, right? When you have verb to be, you don't need auxiliaries. The verb to be has its own negative. Remember, always the verb to be is a special. It's a special rule with the verb to be. So instead of being the people were, is the people weren't. Or were not, is the same. If it's was, wasn't, were, weren't. So when you can see the verb to be, you always remember, this is a special. I don't need the auxiliary for the rest of the verb. It has its own negative. Okay, so I sunbathed on the beach. I, negative.
I didn't sunbathe.
I didn't sunbathe. Remember, yes, you don't put the ed at the end. So the rest of you must be answering too. We hired bikes. Alejandro, we
didn't.
Yeah, we didn't what? Hire, like that. No ed, only hire. Very good, thank you. Mylene, he spent a month in Bangkok. He
didn't
spend with D. Excellent. Okay, Rodrigo, our room was dirty.
Wasn't.
Our room, wasn't. Yes, because it's a verb to be and the verb to be is a special. You already know. Let's see. Excellent. So we're in the workbook, activity to be, make the verbs negative. Please complete. Guys, pay attention on the the apostrophe, not tilde. You have to use the one that is next to your numbers, next to the number 0. That is apostrophe, okay? Please go on complete. Okay, so let's do the last activity of grammar. I mean, the last one of today. I'm gonna hide this one too. It says complete the text with the past simple form of the verb in the box. 2C. Okay, have a minute to read the text by yourself. All right, so it says the holiday that was not. 4 years ago, we to go away for the weekend. So we arrive as book, cannot, decide, go, look, take, or want.
Went, o sea, go.
When to go. Actually, the first one is already given to you. Is decide, it's the one that is crossed. It says like this, we decided to go away for the weekend. So in this case, this was the example. You have the verb in base form, in infinitive, and you have to change it into past simple and to put it in the right place. Okay, so 2 things you have to put, conjugate and put in the right place. Then, we to go to Portugal.
Want.
And in past?
Wanted.
Wanted to go to Portugal, so we, a beautiful apartment online. What do you do with an apartment?
Look.
No. You booked, like booking, right? You booked. It's not libro, but then that you book, que usted agenda, usted separa. Okay, a beautiful apartment online. A week later, we, a taxi to the airport.
We took.
Let's see. We took a taxi. Then we at the airport at 2 o'clock and
Went.
Arrived
arrived at the airport. Se llegó, right? At 2 o'clock. And we to check in.
Ask. No, we.
When.
When to check in.
When.
Yes, sometimes you do the check-in online, but if you don't do it, you have to do it in the airport. Then the woman at the desk.
Ask.
Ask for our passports. We what?
Look.
Looked in our bags, but we
Sí sería. Cannot.
Cannot is in base form, and in past is couldn't.
Couldn't.
The could is the past of can, and you only add the not at the end, okay? What else? So we
Went.
went. Okay, let's see. All right, so go to 2C and answer, please. Okay, most of you have finished. Let me see something. I think we can do the last one together. I won't put it in for another day. Let's do it today. The one that I hide, the last one of grammar. Wait a second. This one. And after this, we go to the recess, okay? When we come back from the recess, I explain you the group work activities, okay? That are only about speaking, and you're going to complete Google slide. Okay, so here says, read the text. This is the text that you already complete, right? And then it says, complete the questions, okay? So, when it says to go away for the weekend, 4 weeks ago. Now we have to do questions. Remember, we have done affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and now we're going to do questions. When, I'm gonna do the example. Did they decide to go away for the weekend? In this case, when, WH word, did, the auxiliary, instead of say, they decide they, you put they decide. You have to put auxiliary subject verb. That is the order. Auxiliary subject verb. Okay? So, auxiliary did. Subject they. You can say, Miss, why is not we? Because you are not one of the ones that went to the holiday. They, other people, not you. If you say we, that includes you. Okay? So, the next one, where to go Portugal. They're asking if they wanted or not to go to Portugal. So, where did they want to go? Portugal. Okay, so in this case, again, auxiliary subject verb. Did they want? Okay, it's important that you always remember that order. Auxiliary did, subject they, verb want. Auxiliary subject verb. Okay, that is the order of questions. The next one, how, and it says the apartment. They book it online. So how, what are they asking? Which is the auxiliary here? Remember, auxiliary subject verb. What is auxiliary? Who can tell me the auxiliary? I have mentioned auxiliary subject verb. What is the auxiliary? That I need to use in past simple.
How did?
Did, which is the subject?
They.
They. What is the verb?
Take.
Book.
Book, because they're talking about the
Miss,
apartment.
Where is this? ¿Dónde está eso? No lo veo.
Acuérdense que siempre tiene que abrir cuando ya terminamos, no mientras estamos haciendo. Es 2D. Actualiza el Classroom. Es una más que abrir de grammar.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so for questions, if you remember the order, auxiliary subject verb, you can do questions correctly. Okay, so when, WH word, and it says at the airport at 2 o'clock. When, which is the auxiliary? Auxiliary. Guys.
Did.
Did, Which is the subject?
When.
They.
Which is the verb?
Bro.
At the airport.
Why they?
What is the verb?
Wait.
They're talking about
Arrive.
folklore. Arrive. Now, why is they? Because they're asking those people, if you say we, it includes you. So Juan Marco is not one of the ones that are in the airport. So when you are asking the question, you say they, and they answer we. For example, I can say, I don't know, Mr. Alfonso can ask us, are we part of the Academia de Idiomas of USG? Yes. Who are part of 3W module? They are Miss Liz, Fabrice, Libet, they are part of it. So that subject, it's very important when you are asking or not, right? So that's a reason. So auxiliary subject verb, okay, very good. What about number 5?
What did
Ask her.
she ask?
Okay, did, in this case, was the woman. We can write the woman, okay? But it's okay if you say she, it's okay. But in this case, they want to write one. The woman, in this case, is the woman at the desk. And if you notice, did, auxiliary, subject, the woman at the desk, verb, aquí ya lo pusieron por error. Usted no tiene que pensar en el verbo. Ya se lo pusieron aquí, ask. Yeah. Okay, number 6. Where auxiliary,
Did.
subject,
Did they go?
they, verb, go. Where did they go in the end? They went back home because they didn't have passports, right? Be careful. Do not write decided. Si usted le pone auxiliar en pasado, verbo en pasado en la misma oración, está poniendo doble conjugación y está mal. So you have to put did, decide, not decided. Did, auxiliary, want. Like in negative, you have auxiliary and you don't change anything in the verb. Okay, be careful with that. Excellent. So go to 2D, refresh the Moodle if you cannot see the exercise, 2D, and answer, please. 2D. Okay, guys, so as most of you have finished, right now I'm gonna establish the break, the 15 minutes free. And then at the return, I explain you the pair word activity and I divide yourself, okay? So go to recess, see you. Turn off the cameras. Okay, guys, time's up. All right. Okay. Let me see if most of you are here. I think so. Okay. So, I mentioned that you had to do a speaking task in group, right? When you are in the second hour. Wait a second. I want to add something else, but I think I can't. Just a second, please. Let me click on insertar. If it works, okay. If not, sorry. Okay, so I think it is. Let's go to the Google Drive folder. We're not going to work in Moodle anymore, right? Let's go to Google Drive. In the class activities folder here, you have one that says pair word speaking task. And I will put here in parentheses past tense. Yeah, okay. So here you have the instructions. Let's check. You have two things to do, right? Remember, you have 50 minutes, almost an hour to work this. So the first pair word activity, it's this one. Remember at the beginning of the unit, we have an image. This is the one that says, interview your partner with a holiday questionnaire. Ask why. So it's not which option you like only, but also why. So you need a reason, okay? I'm gonna do an example. So all the questions are about your perfect summer holiday, okay? So it says, which do you prefer? So let's imagine I ask Fabricio, which do you prefer, Fabricio? Let's imagine he's my partner, right? I'm going to work with him. So I asked, Fabricio, which do you prefer, going abroad or going on holiday in your country?
Really, I like to travel in holidays outside of the country
Okay, why do you prefer to go outside?
because with my family always travel to outside of the country.
Okay, to know new places, maybe. Okay,
Yeah, to
thank you.
new places.
All right, now Fabricio has to ask me the same. Miss Liz, which do you prefer? And I will answer, I would prefer going on holiday in our country. And you see, the same question to the two people. But the way you're going to answer this is here. Let's imagine Fabricio and I were in room 1. I'm just doing an example with you, sorry. So first one, I am the student 1. I'm going to put my name here, Miss Liz, and the other one is Fabricio, yeah. Okay, I already asked Fabricio, so I am going to write Fabricio's answer. So I'm going to put, he prefers to go abroad because he usually travels to another country with his family to know new places. I don't know. But I am writing the information he gave me, okay? So now Fabricio asked me, so Fabricio has to write, Miss Liz, or she prefers, so am I going to write my own answers? No, that's why it's pair work. Cuidado con escribir sus propias respuestas. The purpose of this is that you speak in English and you write in English, okay? So if you don't, maybe you have never traveled abroad and you don't really know which one do you prefer, invent that you prefer going abroad. I don't care, right? Invent, okay? So then you continue. So that's why, ask why. You have to write because you can not only write going by car, going by train, and that's it, no. Going by car because it's cheaper, or you can enjoy more the view, or you can blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that is the activity 1. Activity number 2 is more individual than pair work, but I'm going to explain you why. Pair work 2, here says activity 2. Let me put activity 2. And the other one is pair work, activity 1. Okay, so I already explained this, that you are not going to write your answers, you're going to write the answer of your classmates, okay? Put the numbers quite close. Yeah, okay. The next one is a Flipgrid video. You already have used Flipgrid. You know how to use Flipgrid to record the video. If you're going to, if you're working in the computer and you want to record a video in your phone, just scan the QR code and that's it. Or you can click here and you open the activity. Okay? Here says, your last holiday. Answer the 10 questions given about last holiday. Read carefully and record your video. Which are the 10 questions? These are the 10 questions. I'm going to send these questions to the WhatsApp chat too, just in case you don't have them. I think I closed already. Well, I'm gonna send it in a minute. Well, the thing is that, what do you have to record? You will say, hi, I'm Liz, and you start answering the question. So what is my recommendation before you record the video? Write in a piece of paper the answers. What is the first question? Where go? In past, where did I go? Right? You already know the questions. Where did I go? I went to Baños, for example. So I write, I went to Baños. When go? I went in New Year's Eve holiday. Yeah. Who did you go with? I went with my husband and my parents. I don't know. Where did I stay? I stayed in Patitos Hotel. I don't know, right? So first, answer the questions. So you cannot record the video saying, question number 1. No, please. don't record that way. Only speak, give the answers, okay? So are you going to read the questions in the video? No. What do you need to record? Directly the answers, okay? Is that clear? Yes. Are you going to read the questions in the video, yes or no?
Miss, entonces en el video solo digo las respuestas.
Exactly. Do not read the questions. Because we all have the questions. So, I mean, it's like a waste of recording if you read all again the question, again the question, again the question. So go directly. I went to Baños in my last holiday. I went on Christmas holiday. I went with my parents and I don't know, my girlfriend. I stay in Pepito's Hotel. I really enjoy the, I don't know, locro de papa and, right? So directly write the answer. Okay. That's why my recommendation before recording the video is to write down the answers, okay? Why I said that this is more an individual than a pair work, because of course, each of you are going to record your own video, right? That is a grade that you have, but your partner is going to observe your video once you finish. So maybe, let's imagine in the worst cases, you finish like almost 1 p.m. so we don't have chance. So remember that when we do this kind of activities, the next class, that means next Saturday, the first thing that I do is that I ask you, like today, that I ask you to read the same. So you have this week to observe the video of your classmate. So next Saturday that I ask you, you can say, yes, I don't know, Jessica mentioned her last holiday to Cuenca. I don't know, right? So you can mention the information about what you observe in the video. But if your classmate do not finish the video today up to 12:59, so, you know, so you have the time. So this one, it's like a individual task, yes, that you have to do today, but that your partner have to observe up to next class. Okay, so
Miss,
questions. Juan Marco.
and this activity number 2, isn't for right now.
Is for right now that you record the video, but it's not for right now that you have to observe, because sometimes, I mean, for me, it's easier to record the video, but maybe for my partner, it's not so easy. So my partner is going to finish later on. So in order not to pressure my classmate, the part of observation is for next week, but the recording video is for today.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a parenthesis right now. Wait a second. In here says, recognize pause record. Do you have any questions? Number 1, 2, no? Yes, is that clear? Let me delete our names. It was only an example. No? Okay, so I'm gonna start dividing you in pairs. Let me stop sharing. And remember, I won't stop the recording, okay? If you are recording the Flipgrid video and only during those minutes you are going to turn off the camera, okay, I understand. But I am going to enter the room and getting outside and enter again, and I need to observe that you are working, okay? Remember to do activity 1 first. Let me see. Breakout rooms. I have 12 then 5. Wait a minute. Yeah, there is only one group that, because of the number of students, needs to be group of 3. Then the other ones are pairs, Okay, in that group, I will explain and I will add the row. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's it. Okay, go to your rooms, please. Go to your rooms. Gabby, go to your group. Gabby, go to your room. You choose who is one, who is two, and who is three, okay?
Pueden compartir el link. Mylene, which do you prefer, going abroad or going on holiday in your country?
I prefer going on holiday in my country.
I prefer go on holiday in my country because I love baños. Which do you prefer? By car, by bus, by plane, or train?
I prefer go by car.
By car.
By car. Yes.
Ajá. It is same, yo también. By car.
Just in case, as you are the only group of three, so then also Jessica has to ask some questions to Maylin and Mel, and Maylin and Mel have to ask questions to Jessica. Okay?
Okay.
Jessica, ¿sí puedes entrar a la actividad?
Sí, ahorita acabé de entrar.
Allá.
Hello.
Hello, Miss.
I want to share the screen to start answering the Google Slide questions. Okay, so if you have any question, let me know, right?
Okay.
Okay, so are you speaking already or not yet? Yes?
I waiting.
Okay. So please start with Cristina, asking questions to Alejandro and Alejandro asking to Cristina.
Espérame un ratito. ¿Dónde está? Ya, ahora sí, perdón. Muy bien. Ya ahora sí, para que me...
Okay. Which do you prefer, going abroad or going on holiday in your country?
I like my country.
What?
Cristina, don't forget to say why, the reason you prefer to travel. Okay, you have to say the reason. Because I love, I don't know, the views, I love the food of those places, or I prefer, you have to say the reason, okay? So you answer correctly, but you're missing the reason.
Okay. Sería. Ujú. Sería entonces, I like my country for the food. No.
Because she likes food. Food, she likes food.
She
Food.
really likes the food of
Food.
those,
Yeah.
Okay. Which do you prefer, going by car, bus, plane, or train?
I prefer to go by car. It is more comfortable.
Which do you prefer, going to the beach or going to a city?
I like the city. It's more touristic. Creo que se pronuncia.
You prefer going city? Why?
A ver. I like the city because it is more touristic.
Tourist.
Fine. Touristic.
Touristic or what's it? Tourist. Which do you prefer, staying in a hotel or going camping?
I prefer to stay in a hotel because of its good service. Mm,
Which do you prefer, sunbathing, going sightseeing, or going for walks?
mm, mm,
Sightseeing. Miss, what is say sightseeing? Sightseeing.
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 Means mm, I like tourism more. I learn new things.
What prefer?
I
Sunbathe?
like tourism more.
Sunbathing, going sightseeing, or going for walks? Sorry,
Ok, bueno, pues hacer turismo.
¿cuál elige?
Hacer turismo.
¿Cuál es turismo? ¿Sunbathing o sightseeing?
All right. Mm.
Eh, which do you prefer, hot sunny weather or cool colder weather?
I prefer I prefer cloudy o cloudy, no sé cómo se pronuncia. Cloudy. Whether I like rain.
Okay. Okay, and the last question. Where do you prefer going with friends or going with your family?
I prefer to spend with my family and watch a movie.
Repeat, please.
Yeah, I prefer to spend with my family and watch movies.
Movie.
Películas, movies.
Ahora tú me tienes que preguntar.
Okay.
Ok, thank you.
Which do you prefer? Así sería, ¿verdad? Going abroad or going holiday? No.
I prefer going on holiday in my country because in my country I like the landscape.
A ver. Un ratito. Un minuto. Prefers. I am independent. Repetir, por favor.
I prefer going on holiday in my country because in my country has I like the landscape.
In house, ¿no?
In your country? Because he likes
Because
he likes The landscape. Paisaje.
The last,
Landscapes.
así. No, no.
La D, falta la D. Landscape. S. Landscape.
Así.
La E y la S falta.
Ahí está. Te sale, ¿no?
Sí.
Segunda pregunta. No sale. Dejaste. Ahí, ok. Dejaste de compartir pantalla, ¿no?
Sí, se me salió.
Ya, ok. So, which do you prefer, going by car, bus, plane, or train?
I prefer going by car because I put the music.
He prefers.
Podría meter, por favor.
In which group were you?
En el 5.
Yeah, okay. Wait a second. Yeah, there you are.
Thank you.
All right. How you doing, guys? Have you finished the first part or not yet?
Yes. The first exercise.
Uh-huh.
Finish.
Sí.
Okay, very good.
Ya, maricón. Aquí hay que hacer el video. ¿Dónde verga hacemos el video?
Mijo, yo ya terminé las preguntas. Voy a hacer el video.
Ya, pues yo también. Pilas, entonces.
Ya, pues Flipgrid. Tienes que meterte a Flipgrid.
Aguanta, ¿y dónde está esa locura?
Busca pues en Google, pon Flipgrid y te sale. Tienes que ingresar con el...
So girls, have you finished the slides? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay,
Estamos haciendo el video.
all right.
Las preguntas todas hay que responder en pasado, ¿sí? Porque están en presente.
Okay, guys, so at this moment, most of you have finished with the Google Slides activity, that means activity 1, and you were writing the answers for the video. Don't forget, you have to upload the video today, and you have up to next Saturday before our class to observe the video of your partner, right? Because I'm going to ask questions not about your video, but the video of your partner, okay? So let me take the screenshot for the attendance so you can go. Don't forget, during the week, you have to work in Alticia. Please keep 15 minutes, 20 minutes to work, but work in Alticia. All right? So 1, 2, and 3. See you. Bye-bye. Take care. Enjoy your week.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Miss. Bye, Miss.